Okay,
So,
so
hello everyone. Yeah, we coming on a little bit early because now we just set up things, and I hope you can hear us. So, thank you, damn weirdo, and hello. I think those are the ones we have. Let's see what the stats say. Oh, 2 viewers. So yeah, you continue in QGIS. I
I'm
haven't done
here. I'm
that.
just focusing on what I'm doing,
Yep.
which is a new concept that I'm struggling with. So,
Okay. Yep. Roads in QGIS. I put a bunch in there, and now I'm going to add a few. Keep adding. So I'm in the divers area to do. I start out with the primary roads, and it's a lot of mouse clicking to get these in there. So I'm just keeping at it here.
and I'm working on my childhood home, my house. I call it the yellow house because that's all we ever knew it by.
Hmm.
But I'm trying to do it from a perspective photo. You can see I've got, whoa, big photo of it right here. And that's the only photos we have of it. So it's that or just as bad of blurry photos because it was the 1970s that these were taken.
Hmm.
So now I'm trying to get my perspective right. And well, not so much perspective, but just the proportions right on the front face. And
Yeah,
that's a challenge in 3/4 because it's not easy to get those from a
yeah.
perspective and try to make it a flat surface, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah.
So,
Hello, little
um,
Mike.
um, let's
I had
see.
some fun flying Microsoft Flight Sim. And something I can recommend to you, Mike, dynamic LOD in Microsoft Flight Sim is a special app that you can set so it dynamically changes the graphic settings as when you're flying. So you can set the graphic setting low when you're on the ground, and then the higher up you come, you for me at least, it was a huge problem. Now it's buttery smooth whenever I fly. It's awesome. That's
Nice.
been a game changer. So I've had so much fun.
Wow, this is like really
Yep.
eyeball confusing.
Hmm.
I need to hide everything but that front face for a little
And now I'm going to.
bit.
Oh, you get some points. Damn weirdo. That's awesome. Yep. Let's see
Nice.
here. Now I'm going to add some second tier
One.
roads here.
Yeah, my big challenge on this house has been trying to get the perspective right, or not the
Hmm.
perspective, but the proportions right. And that has been a huge problem for me because I haven't had any real references to go by.
Yeah.
And now, since I found these pictures in some of my mom's stuff, it's just like, oh, okay, now I can kind of figure this out. So it's been a challenge, that's for sure. Um, because I was doing everything from memory before. I
Yeah.
wasn't too far off. I had most of this stuff figured out. Um, okay, so that's
Yeah.
that.
And in
Got the
QGIS,
proportions
it's a lot of
there.
you click with your left mouse button, and then when you come to the end, you
Okay,
click
so
with your right.
file,
So it's
save. Oops, no, wrong one. Alt H brings everything back and I can't see
you
it.
can save that
I
one.
don't remember. I think it's in there and then anyway. Excuse me. Um, wow, that gets confusing with all those numbers in there. Oof. Back faces here so I can see a little clearer some of this
Hmm.
stuff.
I need to fix some of
And
that
the
here.
big thing is I'm going from perspective to orthographic, and that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so I've got the windows roughly where they belong. Roof is kind of where it needs to be.
There we go.
Arc. Hmm. Okay, what did I just do? I've got something wrong here.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was looking at the wrong angle. That's what I was doing. Okay, so I gotta move this over so it matches with
I have
that.
a town here that I need to put in.
I gotta make sure I'm in front face, otherwise it makes a mess.
Yeah.
Let's see, scale X 0.
Oh,
0.
the
Why am I...
elves are using French names here. Town Elven.
Okay, scale X 0. And
You can actually see the
yeah, when you're in mostly in edge mode, it gives you the lines.
yeah, it's like
So
CAD
if
mode
I
in
was
a way.
measuring this line, it tells me you can't see it very good, but it's like
Yeah.
3.81 foot.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
So
Mm-hmm.
um it's nice to have it, but it's kind of a pain because when you have the whole thing selected, it's like numbers everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but
Can't you have a setting so you only see the number of the one you have activated or selected or something?
I guess I don't know that much about Blender in that regard.
Yeah.
It's just annoying sometimes. It's handy when I was measuring things, but now that I'm going freestyle, I'm like,
Yeah. But I
okay,
guess that
so
function is for people that uses
to
it as a
that,
3D CAD system in
GS.
a way.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of it is. I'm just trying to get pers or proportions down a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. And that is a challenge because now once I get the front face done, then I have to go back and make sure all the rest of and I can't see very well because I have too many pieces showing back here. Hide you. Still too many, but whatever. I'll figure it out. Let's see. So that's the front face. So I'm trying to see where that is. All right, so that's roughly where it needs to be.
Now when I'm doing this, I'm I'm getting what it will look like if I do it in super detailed mapping like I do in Shieldlands right now. So I'm trying to envision
So
these
it's
areas in really high resolution.
X, GC. Like, let's see. Okay, I'm lose track if I'm actually looking at it straight on or if I'm a little crooked and it's just like jeepers.
Yeah.
Let's see. G, let's see. Okay, so that's there. I got my big window. Get the height of the ceiling. That's the big one. Or the roof.
Yeah.
I want to get that where it needs to be. That's got to be there. And I couldn't remember how the roof line went in the back of the house, and it's really a strange roof line. Just the way the model ends up to look like when you're done. So, okay,
Okay.
now I change position and now the thing looks like it's off again. Grr. Perspective mode? Oh God, no. Let's go back to perspective mode. Why is this looking goofy? Goofy, goofy, goofy. Okay, one. So I got to look at the bottom half, not this piece, because that sits back further. That's confusing. Um, so I can get that's the bad part of having it perspective,
Mm-hmm.
because it shifts with your direction. All your
Yeah.
lines shift in
Yeah.
view.
Oh yeah, you have
So
to
I
have
gotta go back to orthographic.
yeah, exactly. Ortho view.
Now I don't know what I was doing. Um, Dang it, now I have to adjust everything again. Oh, I need to
Hello
get rid of
Justinius, welcome.
these here.
I'm working in QGIS today, or
I want to
tonight
delete
rather,
those.
because it's dark out here,
Delete
even here. Dark out now.
this.
And
Delete.
then I'm going to add that one.
Delete.
Going here.
Delete the inside walls, and then I'll have a better look at what I'm doing.
Yep.
Actually, that's a dumb way to do it. I'm just gonna hide them. I'm just being silly here. I got to do this the right way, or I'm going to end up making like 10 times more work for myself. But I gotta hide some of this because I can't see what I'm doing. All of this needs to be hidden, and that chunk.
So then we add a fairy here. Fairies.
Sorry, I'm not working on Greyhawk tonight, guys. I've just had a bug to want to work on this, so. No.
Need
Hide. One.
move around. That's
Okay,
why I'm
now I
working
can
in
see what I'm doing.
QGIS. You need to
Okay.
vary. So let's see here.
GX. Okay, that was lined up. Perfect. Excuse me. This is lined up. That's lined up. And I'm working in Blender 4.0, and it's a little bit different in some places.
Uh-huh.
Like if you go into the modifiers, you get drop-down boxes now. You don't get the big list of stuff you had before, and it's really kind of confusing when they do that.
Yeah.
So, um, let's see. I want to go back to here. Yeah, there's a lot of changes that I'm not real keen on, but it's like whatever. Since I'm not programming it, I really can't say a whole lot.
Yeah, let's see here. There is one where you can select a single.
GX.
No, that was not the
And oops,
current
no.
bridges. Oh, I need to probably go that one. And
It's gonna bring the whole thing
there
back
we
again.
go.
Dadgummit. Hit the
Yeah,
wrong key and I really messed myself up.
it has the name Saggy Bridge, but why doesn't it have
It has the name Saggy Bridge?
Saggy Bridge?
Oh, Saggig. Okay.
Saggig's Bridge.
I
Yeah.
was like, what?
Saggy Bridge. Well, that's a good name. Now I need to name.
Saggy Bridge.
Yeah. The problem is that there apparently there are
No,
too
hide.
many labels, so the
Mm-hmm.
label doesn't show itself. There is a remedy for that. So
Hide.
I forgot what.
Arg. All right. So one. Yes, I foobarred and gave myself all the stuff back that I didn't want, but that's what happens when you hit the wrong keys. I gotta go
That
through and
is
hide all this
uh,
again.
that stone bridge over there. So they have the right name, but they're not. Well, I'm not going to worry myself to death for that right now because it has the right name. So I'm going to.
Okay, so that I want to hide. All right, now I should be able to look at it again.
Yeah.
All right, now hit the right keys. Jeez Louise.
And
Jeez.
now comes the big thing. Should I keep Castle Greyhawk there or should I move it?
I don't know.
So there, it should be. I keep it there for now because I'm going to research it more. So I'm putting together a bunch of information. So I know that Gary had it east to southeast, so either somewhere in these hills or there, or maybe even
Okay, there's
closer. So yeah.
that. That's finally lined up.
Uh, okay, so here we
And
go.
then
Now it's
this
time to
part of the
do
house is
primary
way too far.
road here.
That has to go back there. And this has to go up here. Oops. And this has to come down to about there and then over to there. All right, now move my window or windows.
Mm-hmm.
About
Maybe a
there.
little bit here.
Let's see. I was watching YouTube the other day watching somebody do this method, and it was like, oh, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because they were making, really quick scratch 3D buildings by doing this. They take a photo and they just draw lines and extrude
Hmm.
to make it look perspective.
Yeah.
And then it was like, wow, that's actually kind of cool.
But that's if you have a it even.
You can do it with any photo if you're careful.
Ah, so you just
The
have
guy
to
was
learn
doing
how
one
to.
with
Yeah.
um, a really stretched and distorted photo or, perspective photo.
Hmm.
And it actually turned out really well. The building really worked out nice. So I don't remember exactly how he did that, but I'm trying to figure it out. So
Yeah.
scale Z0. But it was really cool how, because they were making like, he said this is the method they use in the big studios to make dozens of different buildings real material. It's
Hmm.
really cool how they did it. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh. All right, so that's pretty much where I want it. So save and now unhide all of that mess. Oh my, what a mess. All right, so now I gotta go back and straighten up all of this stuff. First, I want to get this down to the correct height. All right, so that's there. That's at the right height. That's at the right height. The rest of that is what I have to fix yet back here. All right, so I should be able to, just gonna hide this for the time being. And I'm going to select all of that and just move it further away.
Yeah.
All right, now comes the fun part. Getting everything where it should be and then to line up in relation with it. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Because, okay, Blender, you can tell I'm used to doing Unreal because I can't control Blender the way I want to. Drives me crazy.
Well, that's the problem when you work in different tools, and especially if they are similar but not the same.
Mm-hmm. It's really tough to do that.
Yeah. Isn't there a way
Um,
to? Well, hopefully there will be more standardization in the future, but
I hope so too, but
yeah, maybe
you know,
Unreal could set a standard or Blender or someone. Yeah,
stop.
yeah. It used to be like 3D Studio, Maya, and stuff. They used to have
X
standard, and a lot of them follow.
minus
But now it's so many different tools, so and with slightly different functions.
Z.
So yeah, it's
Yep.
hard.
I'm just trying to standardize it so it's not 35.00742 or something, so it's
Yeah, so
minus
it's more
35
like yeah.
feet. And then this set here will be minus 34. I thought it was a lot bigger than that. I didn't realize our house was so
For a
small.
kid, we that's the
Exactly. It's
thing.
just like, it's funny how your body is, or your mind is
Oh
like, oh,
yeah,
that our
yeah,
house was huge.
yeah.
Minus
I
34.
remember that
And it
too.
really
When
wasn't. It was like really tiny, actually.
hmm
Let's see. We're going to go top down,
okay, now I have
X-ray,
more
and we're going to select
tertiary roads here.
everything but that front face. And we're going to drag it over. All right, so back to solid mode. So now I want to select all of these. I gotta erase a bunch of them here too. Ah. All right, I don't want you. And I don't want you. I don't want you or you or you or you. Okay, do I have anything on the inside selected? No,
So
me
the
either.
measurements there.
Yeah, the measurements kind of get
Yep.
really unruly after a
hmm
while.
Hello, Troy.
It's 34.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm working in
What is this?
QGIS tonight. At least I will start. I'll work a
35.
little bit
Okay.
for
So
like the first hour or 45
minus
minutes or something,
35.
and then I'll
Okay,
work in Photoshop
save.
afterwards. But I have neglected QGIS for 2 days now, so I need to catch up here.
Okay, so this one will
My
be
secondary roads here.
in here. This will all be. And I'm going with 1 foot thick walls. I know in reality they're not a foot thick, but it just for simplicity of
It's like Dungeon
lining
maps.
things up and measurements
It's
and
like Dungeon
stuff like
maps. You
that.
have walls that are but back in the day, a lot of walls were thick. So yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know. I mean, like I said, this house was built in, I think, the 50s.
You lived
Young
in
kid.
the 70s then, or
Yes,
yeah,
from 70, no, I was born in 69, so
yeah,
from 69 to 78 we lived there.
okay, yeah,
And then my dad quit being a farmer and we
yeah,
built a house about a mile down the road from here
okay. But the
and
house
did it that way.
is not still standing. Is not no longer there,
Oh
or
no, the house was burned down years ago.
okay,
It
yeah.
was burned purposely because it was so old it was starting to fall apart. So,
Oh, cool. I will be driving down to Page to visit JM Joe Block at the convention. Awesome. Cool. That is awesome. Oh, I thought the seminar was today, but the seminar is tomorrow. Okay, good. Yeah, because at first I saw some notification from
save.
Twitch that Jay had done started a stream, and I was like, do they have it on Friday? But maybe he just did a test stream or something.
This
So
one
we'll see.
is
So yeah, I'm looking forward to
29.5.
it tomorrow. So yeah,
This one.
awesome. Oh, okay. He had a streaming seminar. Okay, I just saw it. I was out and about, and I saw it in email afterwards. So then I have to go to his channel and
Minus
watch it. Yeah.
29.5.
Okay, that was
Oops,
the.
wrong one.
Do a save there just in case.
Minus 22.5. Save it.
Okay, then we have the unfortunate place of Elmshire, and I'll continue the
Okay,
roads from
so
there.
that goes that
Secondary
way.
road
And that's the center.
today. Okay, and the
This
Greyhawk
one.
seminar will be tomorrow. Okay, with
It's
Joe.
19.9. Why? One. Can I do this whole mess? Scale X 0. That is the wrong pieces. Alright, so all of this needs to move over for now till I get this line back up.
Yeah.
And it's really quite difficult to do. Alright, so this is my measurement where it was at. So this one is, we'll say, minus 20. So that means I want all, so the walls are,
Yeah.
so it's,
Oh, need to
minus 20.
save that layer, and then we go to this one, and
And
from hard ride up to half moon.
this one. And this one at minus 20. No, no, no. This point here. I want it minus 20. Alright, so that'll... Okay, what the blankety? Okay, that one's at 19.86.
Hello.
Hello,
Welcome, Savage.
everyone.
Yeah.
20.1. Okay, so this one I want at
I hope, Lee, I hope you have something
minus
cool to
20.
be or something
Minus
cool
20.
tonight. Yeah.
Okay, so this one should be minus 19. All right, I'm gonna get there, guys. I know I will.
Yeah.
This one, all of this needs to
Do
be.
this one first.
Nope, not all of that. I want to do just this section and
We'll continue along here.
then
Modding some skins and meshes. Okay.
scale X 0. Try to hand my mod some skins and meshes. Ooh, nice. What are you working on, Savage?
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of skins and meshes?
Yeah, for what?
If it's NDA, I understand, but it's kind of cute, kind of nice. These will be close enough. I just need to get them squared up. Make my life a lot easier in the future here. All right. So that does that. HDRs for Jungle Train. Ooh, yikes. That'd be
Okay.
fun. That'd be
Ah,
fun. HDRs are fun to do, but they're mapping his Isle of Dread.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep, Isle of
It's not
Dread.
easy when you get busy doing like 15 different things and then go, oh crap. That is my load bearing wall. So this chunk here has to come over. This stuff here. GX over in line with that, roughly. -20. Right, and then this chunk here will be
So
minus
that was
19.
a lot of
Okay,
tertiary roads. Now we move down, and there's the
this one will
the
be
road past
minus
Fort
20.
Lehman here.
Because perspective, this wall was way in. And in reality, when you make a square building, it's going to be out here.
Yeah.
So my windows are going to be off again. That's okay though. At least I have proportions of them right. And this one is at 13.63. We'll make it 13.5. This one should be
Wait a second. Now we have a
13.5.
secondary road. Yeah, Linda. That's
Hmm?
Linda's birthplace, I think, where she
Yep,
where she
it's
lived, where she her first house. Yep.
where this is the farm, part of the farm I was born on. This is what the actual house looks like. My mom raised 4 kids in that tiny little house.
Yeah.
Um, and it had a little root cellar, which I plan on putting in underneath here. And it was actually very, very, very tiny compared to what I thought it was. So, um, I plan on doing the whole farm because I'm playing with the idea of doing it for a farming simulator, making an actual map of our farm.
Cool.
Um, but it's going to be a long time before that's done. Well, thank you, Savage. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time because that house no longer exists. I understand why they burned it down, but it still is kind of painful. It's
Also,
like,
it was more like a deliberate burn it down. It was not like an
it
accident.
was
Someone.
deliberate because it was starting to fall apart.
Okay. Yep.
Um,
Gotcha.
it
So
was in
it
bad
was
shape when my parents bought it.
yeah. So it was like
No,
tearing it down, but instead of tearing it down, they burned it. Yeah.
right, it was tearing it down. It's just that the house was in bad enough shape they had to. The roof was caving and stuff, and it just wasn't monetarily feasible to,
Yeah.
um, rebuild it. So
Hmm.
it's no, insurance scam or anything like that. It's just the house was old, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know when it was actually built because my mom and dad added on to the house when they first got it. So,
Yeah.
and they live, well, let's see, my brother, who's 5 years older than me, was born in the old house about 30 miles away. So this one, just the piece right here, the central post, was there. They built all the other pieces onto it when my mom and dad moved in.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool when you really think about the history that's in the house. Okay, that's straightened up now. Boy, I thought I had it all figured out. Nope, not in the slightest. View over where you belong. You need to move that wall. And you're at
So
10.586. Why are you so far over?
it looks a little bit crooked there. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Scale X0
Isn't that funny when you
and
make the
30
fantasy buildings that could be crooked? They are
minus
not
10.
crooked. They're straight perfect. This one that should be straight modern building.
Minus
Then you
10.5.
that one is crooked. Yeah.
I'm getting there. It's going to be straight. But no, it's starting out from memory and then modifying the original model was like, oof. So let's see. I want to go full front view, and which one was the front? So this one is at -21. Oh, no. How about 21? There we go. That was at 22, so that's too high. So I want 21. Okay, so now the peak lines up. Yeah, I've wanted to do this for a long, long time
Mm-hmm.
because it's all memory. I have very few pictures of the farm. I have a few of the old hip roof barn that used to sit there, and
Yeah,
Ribbon so Sears Roebuck House. They have the plans. Oh wow,
that's cool.
that would be freaking cool to get a hold of those plans and
Yeah.
build one of the old Sears Roebuck houses. For
Mm-hmm.
all I know, this could have been one, originally. So, um, you get a lot of the painted ladies were that way. The old Victorian style houses
Mm-hmm.
were actually built in that kind of plans. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of buildings. One of our shops. Let's see if I have a picture of that shop. These are the pictures I'm working from. So this is the house
Oh,
before mom and dad modified it.
yeah.
And then
But
there's how much snow we had in the front yard every
yeah.
year. This is like waist high. This
Mm-hmm.
edge of the window here is waist high.
But I wouldn't be surprised at all if that is house from the 30s or 40s,
I wouldn't
because
doubt it either.
yeah,
The
because
way
if
it's built, I would say
yeah,
probably the 30s,
yeah,
maybe the
because
20s.
if those pictures were from the 60s, it
Probably that's my brother Brad. So
mm-hmm.
he's about 3, maybe 4 in that picture.
Yeah, and
So
he's how many is older than you?
he was
Or
born 65, so he'd
oh,
be probably 68 or 69. This was taken in.
yeah,
So
he's the
yeah,
same age as
it's
me
a
then.
simple little
Yep.
house. And there's a white board fence that went all the way around the front yard where mom and dad tried to keep us. Oh
So
my God, I
snow.
didn't notice this. This piece right here
Yeah.
is an old merry-go-round my dad built. We called it the
Oh,
pukelator
oh,
because
percolator.
it
Okay.
sat at an angle.
Yep.
So every time we'd get on it, it would um, go crazy. It would
Yeah.
like whip you.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Well,
we were lucky,
is
it
that
didn't break
in
our legs.
Missouri or what was
In
that?
Minnesota.
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 Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Actually, not too far from where I live. It's like maybe
Okay.
an hour's drive.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's some good pictures of it, and then there's some real bad pictures of it.
Yeah.
But and you can see the changes from when this was the original windows and put
Mm-hmm.
smaller modern windows in.
Yeah.
And then there's Dad's shop. I want to take that and do the shop in
Yeah.
Blender too.
Cool.
Yep, it was
Hello,
pretty cool.
Busu. Welcome.
So so
Yep.
that's what I'm working from.
Yep. Pig
Um,
barn. Yep. Mm-hmm.
confinement stalls. Okay, okay, yeah, that makes Minnesota. Yep, just
Yep.
like saying it. Is a hangar style building.
Mm-hmm.
The picture is one of my dad's shops, actually his shop. It was just archways, and then I think there was beams going across this way that supported it, with the typical supports. But
Yeah,
everything
they
else
usually
was
had
just
they were
built.
built that way, and then 2/3 up or 3/4 up, there's like a
Yep,
beam
there's
across,
framing
and
that
then
holds it
it's
up.
like a T frame in the middle. I've seen a lot of buildings, aircraft hangars and stuff built like that
Yep,
often. Yep,
yep. And then it had
keeps it from
mhm,
collapsing that way.
yep. And
Yep.
I think later on he had put a little small man door in
Uh huh.
over here
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
with a window in it. I remember that clear as day.
That's
Yep.
smart, because that way you don't have, especially in the winter, you don't have to get, if
Hmm.
you have some heating, you can just
Yep.
open a small little thing. Yep.
Yep. And I don't have a picture of the pig barn, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We called it pig barns. Um, and I called it the stink barn because boy, did those things stink.
Well, pigs.
Get them in a confined area.
Oh yeah.
Oof. So, yeah, it was not a pleasant thing. And I got roped into helping quite a bit when I was little.
Yeah.
I was
Yep.
never very good at it, but we tried.
Yeah, we didn't have a farm in our part of the family, but a lot of other branches of our families had farms. So I played a lot and had lots of aroma. Yeah,
Um,
lots of friends and stuff. Then I grew up in a
let's
small
see.
town
Whoops,
where a
wrong
lot of
page.
people were
There we go.
farmers too. So
Um,
yeah.
I believe that is an Alice Chalmers Savage. I think it's an Alice Chalmers right here,
Okay. Yeah.
that tractor.
Yeah. And it's
He had an old Massey Ferguson too
yeah.
that I
And
want to um, model, or I found a model of it in Farming Simulator that I'm going to steal and bring it
mhm.
into Unreal when I get that
Yeah.
um, that far. And I have a ton of old photos like this of my when my dad was young, back in the third 20s, 30s, and 40s, where they were using the old thresh machines and all that stuff. It was really cool stuff. I went on a huge memory thing with my mom one day. It was pretty cool. She goes, I don't know who these
Yeah.
people are, but it's when they're threshing. So, um, all right, Cannibal, have a good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Awesome SOB. Oh, you mean that? Yeah. Sisters of Battle are one of my favorite characters. And actually, I got roped into playing in the 40K RPG tomorrow, so that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
Um, I'll be playing a Sister of Battle, hospitality hospitaler or Hosbergy,
Yeah.
and my grandfather's property stuff.
Now, when you have shown where you used to
Hmm.
live, so then let me show you. I
Yeah,
can
definitely.
show
This entire screen.
on Google Earth here. I can show where the house that I grew up in.
Yeah, my dad had a very eclectic uh, collection of tractors. He had a Case, he had a Massey, he had Alice Chalmers. Those three in 30s model, it was really, really old.
Yeah.
Then he had a Case, kind of a peachy colored. It was
Yeah.
ugly. It was that one season where they brought in that
Here.
really ugly pale peach color.
Yeah. Here is
Ooh, you
the.
grew up in town.
Yeah, it's a town here, so
Hmm.
it's a that was the school. I didn't live. There's a school across, but I didn't live here when I went to that school. I moved in afterwards. We lived in downtown in a house that is now torn by my granddad and stuff. But hang on a second, we can go to Street View. There is Street View on this. So here
Okay,
is
I'm going to
there's the school,
pull
and here is the
Google
house.
Earth over there. Get
So I
off the
moved
screen.
here when I was 10, 12, something like. No, I was. Hang on a second. I was 15, 16 when I moved here. So I lived here. We only. Oh no, I was 12, 13, or something like that, and I lived here for a few years. But my grandparents lived here. So, but there were apple trees and a lot of bushes and stuff around the. Now the ones that are trees, and there were hedges and a lot of trees around it, so to speak. So that's
Okay,
what it.
so
And the weather was.
yeah,
This must have been the day of the year when the weather is beautiful. No, it's not. It's not, but it's often. So this is what the house looked
let's
like. It
see.
was white
That's
back then with brown corners, and then they painted it blue. So it looks. In some ways it looks better now, but it's
please.
built in 1945, I think, or 44, something like that.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Cemetery 170.
stuff here. So this is
Okay,
what it
there's
looked like. So this is where I went to junior high in
19.
this school. So I went to. Yep,
Nice.
and we actually lived in. I can show that too. We lived in a little apartment here, over here for a few
19,
years.
20. Where is it?
Here. So we lived in a small apartment here,
Yes.
in these little
16,
apartment buildings here.
16.
We can go in here. Yeah. So, and these houses are still standing here. So it's a town of about 5,000 people, about an hour away from Gothenburg. So we lived in that apartment back in the day.
Nice.
Yep.
And I'll show you guys where the farm that I'm going to be modeling.
Yep.
That is the farm, the original farm I grew up on. It's what's left of it according to
Oh,
Google.
cool. Yep.
The house sat right in that. Well,
I
actually, the
can.
shop sits right there.
Yeah.
It's a
So
little tiny
I
shop.
can zoom out here. It's in the western
Hmm.
part, an hour east of Gothenburg. So yeah,
Nice. Yep.
in
This
back
is
in.
the pig barn. No, this is the pig barn. I don't know what this is. It's a shed that was added after we moved off.
Yeah.
Same with this
Has
one
it?
was added after
There
we
wasn't
moved
that
off.
many trees. They've grown up since, I guess. And yeah.
Actually, the trees were full grown when we were there.
Okay. Yeah.
They might have thickened up since then,
Yeah.
but they were full grown.
Yeah.
But these, they're either.
Yeah. It's
But the
funny.
yard, I always loved it because that had such a
Yeah.
weird
I'm going
direction.
to I'm going to add grid lines so people in North America can see how far north I actually lived. So I live between 55 and 60,
Absolutely.
so it's 57 degrees north. And if we go 57 degrees north here, that's up here in Hudson Bay. That's as
Oh,
far
nice.
far north I lived. So it's a couple of hundred.
You were way north where I lived
Yeah.
then.
So and that was when I grew up. I lived here, and I've actually this
Hmm.
areas that's 68 degrees north. That's halfway up Greenland, and that's up here. So I've
You're in
lived.
northern Canada
Yeah.
then.
So I've lived.
Equality.
I lived equal. I've lived 70 degrees north. So I've lived
Hmm.
up here. There is the
Yeah.
this
If you
this far
zoom
north.
out, it
Yeah,
once it stops
yeah,
showing.
yeah. But the on the other hand, thanks to the Gulf Stream, it's much warmer on this side of the world than it is over here.
Hmm.
Yeah. So thanks to so that's just a little
Nice.
side note. Yep.
This is this really crooked river, or this is the Red River, how crooked it is. I want to model that someday.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
crooked that
Oh,
crooked
that
river.
is meandering,
That is a
crazy.
major,
That's
major
yeah.
crooked
But
river.
that means that the land is very flat when it's meander like that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And if you zoom out, that also forms the border of North Dakota and
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota.
Yep.
That river
Cool.
does.
Yep.
So, yeah, I was like right in this area, born close to here. And yes, I'm giving
Yeah.
away my location, and I don't care. You guys are gonna come hunt me
Well,
down.
I
So,
don't I haven't lived there for what is it like 40
hmm,
years or something.
yeah,
So yeah.
I'm not there anymore either.
Yeah,
But
so over 40 years since I lived there. So yeah, I lived in many
oh,
places since. So yeah,
my family always says, "Don't give your information away." I said, "If they want to find me that bad, they'll find me." You
they
know,
yeah. So
there's dozens of way.
yeah, I'm
Um,
outing myself. Yep, to some degree. I have more
is
dirty
equal to
secrets,
parts
so
of
they will
Canada.
come. You have to tune in to a later stream. There will be one little secret every week.
Yes, Savage, that is exactly it. If you went to equal parts of Canada, trees added for windbreaks, that's what we did in the Midwest, lined fields with miles of trees.
Yep.
That farm, no, they were already existing when we did.
Ah.
But
Hmm.
let me go back. I have to reload it. But um, in the new farm that we built, there is we made it from a field. So, oh, now I got to reorient myself. Grr. Um, right in this rough area, working that out. And right, whoops, wrong
Yeah, there
buttons.
are like hedges between some of
This
the
is the
fields, but
farm we moved to
okay.
right here.
Yep.
And as you can see, this, oh, come on, quit using the wrong buttons. Um, my dad kept 6 acres out of a corner of a field
Hmm.
because he used to own this field and then he sold it off.
Yeah.
And then this is the house we built, and we put every one of these trees in when we first.
Yep.
Yep. Because as you can see, it's wide open in this
Yeah.
area with very
Hmm.
few trees.
Yep.
But look at all the little fields that would make perfect farming simulator fields.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
So, yep, pretty cool stuff when you really start thinking about it.
Yeah.
And what's nice in Farming Simulator, I can actually take the um, height map of that area, which is almost completely flat, and bring it in and then work from that because you can see the indentations of the roads and the ditches. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel. Gotta zap
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. Um, Bob, yes. It was one of those. My dad planted cottonwoods, Russian olives, and then there were choke cherry bushes on the very inside edge. Um, he used to have us mow in the tree lines when they were small, and those damn Russian olives would give us more scars.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, I have a few scars on my arms from them yet. So,
Uh-oh.
because they have big.
I need to
Nice,
put a
nice.
little some names in here. So yeah.
But yeah,
Well, it's a
it
little
was a
bit.
good
Yeah.
it was a good existence out
Hmm.
there. I
Yep.
miss it a lot.
Yeah. If I
So,
zoom in a little bit, you can see that part of Sweden is it's the bread basket. Sweden have three, basically four areas where you have agriculture. The big one in the south, that's the biggest bread basket where you actually have a lot of farms. The second one is hang on a second, let me take
and
not
yes,
show.
Russian olives are scary. You get poked
Yeah,
by those things, they
yeah,
sting forever because they have like a poison in them.
yeah. So this is fairly flat. It's kind of it's partially uh,
All
trees
right, there we go.
and little tiny hills, and then it's flat with so it's like 50-50 between forest and farmland. So yeah, so that's what
Oh,
it looks
thornberries.
like.
Ow. Those are
Yeah.
just as bad.
So
Let's go
this is
sage
what
rock,
it
which is
looks like. So you can go here and see. Yeah.
climbing Russian olives as punishment. Oh God. Try this wasn't fun.
Hmm.
I got a lot of sticker scratches from those darn
Yeah.
things. Okay,
Okay, now
so
I'm
the
on
rest of the
road
house
duty here.
would
So yeah,
be
we have a small little road
here.
from one ford to. Oh, we don't have
Um,
Blue
Scan's
Dyer's
Signal,
Hill in
and
there.
we're
I
gonna
need to
go
put that in here too.
s- Wait a minute, that's not a minus. Hello, wrong thing.
village and
8 feet. Yep. Actually, hello name, dang
yep,
it.
it's awesome. Welcome.
Um,
Thank you for coming.
hello A.
Uh,
Um,
Blue
and Savage and
Dyers.
everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I didn't know if I said it before, so I'm saying it now. But welcome to Geography Lessons with Linda and Anna.
Yeah, we've been all over the place in Google
I
Earth
think
for a little bit here. So yeah,
you've been all over the world in real life, and
I
I
I haven't
haven't.
been all over, but I've been to many places, but far from everywhere. So yeah, I've never
I've
been to
been,
South America. I've never been to Australia or New Zealand or Antarctica, or but in the other
okay,
parts of the world.
so
Yeah.
we'll put it this way, you've been a hell of a lot more places than I have.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
But
and
Europe is close to a lot of stuff. That's why it's easier to go to places too.
yeah, yeah. I was talking with my friend Driver the other night about, traveling and different things, and um, the subject came up of my dad and how he passed away really early.
Hmm.
He was only 61 when he passed.
And mine was
Um,
52. Yeah.
Actually, he had never been anywhere outside of the tri-state area, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota,
Oh
in
wow.
61 years because he was a farmer.
Yeah.
He never, left
It
and
didn't
did
have
that.
long vacations or anything like that. You had
Mm-mm.
to be home
Nope.
and tend to stuff.
Yeah, I mean, being a farmer and having pigs and stuff, you had to be around,
Yeah.
They didn't
Hmm.
have a choice of,
Yeah.
saying, I'm going on vacation and leave your farm for 6 weeks. So it ended up being a lot of things where my dad never got to see a lot. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, he chose the farming life because that's all he knew.
Hmm.
And,
Yeah.
from there, it just kind of snowballed because he ended up catching cancer, which sucked really bad.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things,
Yeah.
nothing you can do about it. It's just,
No.
you know, Mother Nature and everything.
There
And then
we
we're going to
go.
subdivide so I can get my central point. That is at 10. Okay, so minus 10. And I want you at minus 10. Okay, there we go. Farming is definitely a life. Yes, it is a
Yeah.
life a lot of people nowadays cannot handle. No offense against the breed of people that do it.
Hmm. You're more kind of born to be a farmer, I guess. That used to be
Absolutely.
the
I
case
agree with
rather
that.
than yeah, rather than not a
Yep.
profession. But there's some people that it seems to go in waves. Now there's some people that do. But I guess most farmers are simply farmers because they inherited it, so to speak. It came with the farm. Yeah.
Um, my dad would have inherited it, but
We had I have a lot of relatives who were farmers, so
well, according to legend, I'm going to say it that way, my
yeah,
dad was supposed to have gotten the family farm when he passed out, or
yeah.
his parents passed away, but his older brother decided, no, I'm going to have it.
Uh
So
oh.
dad was left out in the cold. So
Yeah, yeah.
it was a lot of mess.
Mhm.
I won't go into the details, but it
Yeah.
was ugly. We'll say it that way. It caused a family rift.
Uh oh.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah,
So
we were never in line for a farm, but
20,
now I think it's time for me to quit
days.
GIS here
I don't
in a
think
bit.
that.
And
Oh, if you put a youth from today, especially ones that grew up in town, they wouldn't have a clue. Not a clue how to survive
but
out
it
in the
also
country.
I think there's much more demanding in knowledge wise to be. And I guess it's different nowadays. You need to know how to
It's
operate complicated tractors with the computers and all
it's
sorts of stuff.
specialized.
Yeah.
Back when I grew up as a kid, there's a world of difference,
Yeah,
between the
exactly. So
two.
yeah, so it's
But
a
now
very different
with
job.
the
Yeah.
modern tractors and the tractor will drive itself
Meaning
basically.
it's gone from a hard physical job to it still is in some sense, I guess, but
Certain parts have
yeah,
gotten easier.
but
Yep.
it's become a high tech job in a lot of sense. You need to there is
Hmm.
so much stuff you need to
Yep. Yep. A pig barn isn't just going out and scooping out poop anymore out of the gutters. It's programming them so you get that fed at the right times, they get the right amount of feed,
hmm.
yeah, it's crazy what is in existence in this world.
Yeah.
I watch a guy called Iowa Dairy Farmer on Facebook, and wow, the crap he goes through and the crap he gets from people on the internet who don't have a clue. You just want to reach through the internet and just kind of say, "What the? Leave him alone," kind of thing.
Yeah, and
Because I'll give him grief about you're not treating the animals with respect and blah blah blah. He says, trust me, they get more respect from me than they would from any other life in the world. So
Yeah.
just kind of irritates me when people get all bent out of shape over nothing, really. But that's me.
So
Um,
there we go. I made the road a little
that
bit too
one.
long here. I need to switch to a tertiary road.
Interstellar. Yes, yes, yes. World of Difference is exactly how I will call it because it is crazy, the differences between then and now. Um, I was talking with my cousin who still farms about 80 miles from here, and they have a fairly big dairy operation too. And he says, there's no way in hell I would go back and milk cows by hand. He says, there's no way. He
No,
says,
you
I
can't
have a
do
herd
that.
of 350 cows. There's no way you can do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So,
In order to produce food affordably
right.
to large population, you need to have mechanized
Yep.
agriculture. It wouldn't work any. Food
Yep.
will be okay. Now I save this. Now I'm going
What is
to
off?
this
Because this roof
was
is crooked.
enough QGIS because now we've done that for some hours
Okay,
today. So I'm going to
so
quit that, and now I'm going to get
this is going to be dropped down.
into oops, Photoshop and do some Photoshop fun instead.
Jeez.
Homer strangled Bart. Yeah,
I'm going to alter the height just a little bit because I think my other thing was off just a little bit because that roof was crooked big time.
yeah.
It had a lump in the center, and that's not what I wanted. All right, so one though, because that was in the same realm as the front.
Oh, yeah, you can straighten it out there. Yeah,
Yeah. And then, according to the picture,
it should be the
I
same on the other side too, shouldn't it?
um it is, but according to the one picture I have, it looks almost like they had a mansard roof right here in this corner, and
Uh
I
huh.
don't.
Okay, here we go. Now we're back in Southern Shieldlands,
Um,
and I'm going to
Barn had a
uh,
lump in the roof. It was about
go
seven
here
patch jobs
and
that had been shared. Yep, yep.
open up.
When we tore down our big hip roof barn back when I was a kid, they found a lot of different patch jobs the same way. It was kind of sad to see that barn go, but it was to the stage it was starting to fall apart,
Yeah.
and Dad would have had to rebuild the thing to keep it together. So, it didn't work to keep it, sadly enough.
So
But
I'm working on a town here
let's see.
in the southern in the South Keep.
Changing, bringing
I'm
up a
not
little
sure.
bit,
Then there we go.
merge. Okay. All right. So I think there was a mansard roof because wooden shingles, that's a job. Yeah, wooden shingles, never. Bad enough doing modern shingling. It's hard to word to say.
Hmm.
Shingling.
Is it called shingling?
Yes.
Okay.
Or they call it roofing technically, but
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
call it shingling.
when you do with shingle, when you roof with shingles, then
Yes.
or shingle. Yeah.
Shingling back
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Hmm.
And, it's just a lot of little things that have been done over the years. Like burge of some sort. Yep. Like a burge of some sort, Anna. Babusu? Babuso? Okay, sure. I like your name.
Babuso. Babuso. Yep. Hmm.
Babuso.
Yep. Cool.
Um,
Yep.
okay, so there's the gist of the
Yeah,
house.
this is a town. I haven't named it, but it's strategically
And
placed, so there should be a town here because it's a confluence. So
three.
it's a town that
And
is a couple of hundred yards from one end. So probably maybe
this
500
one.
people or something like that. 1,000, 1,200 or so live in here.
Oh, where's that side view?
So I'm just gonna add some buildings here.
That one right there's what I want to
The
look
long
at.
building here, short one.
Okay, so the picture window is there. Oh, sure. Get rid of my picture, you bugger. And then there was a
Yeah,
bedroom.
and
So
when I do building, is
that
I prefer
roof
to zoom in, so because then I know
is
how
at
big
the
they are,
same
because
height
each
as the
pixel here is a
window.
5 foot square, so I can kind
Okay,
of figure
so
out the size of buildings here.
get
So
render
yeah,
layout manually for the basic town shape. What's called Blossom for Blender, where you can import OpenStreetMap information. You basically go to OpenStreetMap, select your size that you want, and use Blossom to import it. And then I'll go through and superimpose the picture as a texture on top of it. And then I'll
yeah,
go through and mark where the roads were and all the like swamps and that kind of thing on the terrain with paint, and then I'll come back and do other stuff with it.
Hmm.
It's a complicated mess though in Giants Editor because it's nowhere as easy as in Unreal. I would say Giants Editor is probably it's still really kind of rudimentary. So it's Cadillac versus Toyota kind of thing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Actually, Cadillac versus Gremlin, we'll say that uh, version.
So now I'm
Um,
going to
I need to
do
hide
the
this. It's in my way.
some of the backyards here. So I'm going to
Nope,
fill
nope,
in some
wrong
of
thing.
these little
Nope.
stone
Alt H
walls here,
hide.
just to add a little.
Back.
Before that, I'm going to
Okay, I
actually
want to hide you. That's what I wanted to do. Jeepers creepers. Difficult.
I'm going to
Okay,
add.
so I got the basics down. The windows are in place. It's got that. Got that. Oh, I was going
There
to
we
edit
go.
this. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I need to do this roof line here. I gotta look at that picture again. My brain just went poof. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically all three of those match up height-wise. All right, so that needs to be fixed. So I am going to make it easy on myself, and I'm just going to bring these up once I get a hold of all four of them. And GZ up to there. Because that's about the same height. And I'll end up blocking these in once I get the windows. Trying to get all of this little details done. And like I said before, I was working from memory, so I actually have a pretty good memory of the place. It's just my proportions were way off.
Yeah. That's childhood memories are like that.
Oh yeah, the everything looks so huge compared to what it
Hmm.
actually was, and you're like, oh,
Yep.
maybe not. And then I'm going to clean up the mesh because I got way too many things in here for now. Once I get the texture on, then I'll just want to simplify it so I have less confusion going on. Although I know why I did that, but it's too late now. Yeah, I'll start fresh on the inside because I'll have to modify everything on the inside anyway. Because I have the inside walls kind of laid out too, but they're way too big. So I'll have to scale everything down so it fits inside the house. So that's just something that, again, that's all from memory how it was laid out.
Yeah.
My mom and I were talking about that the other day, and I was going through and telling her what I remembered of the house. And she goes, I don't remember that. There wasn't over there. And I said, yes, it was. And then about a half an hour later, we found a picture of that same area we were talking about. And I said, see, it was over there. And she
Oh,
goes,
there you go.
I don't remember that. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, but
And,
yeah. Hmm.
it's just fun how some things your brain just seizes on it and it won't
Oh
let
yeah.
things go.
Hmm.
So I can do it justice when I get to the point of decorating and building things. So, building the innards of it, basically. I would like to make it as close as I can to the original on the inside,
Yeah.
but it's going to take some work because there's certain things that are real close to what I could imagine, and then there's some god-awful wallpaper mom had that was black and gold and white, and it was oof.
Well, the tastes have changed over the
It was
decade.
nice. So
Yeah.
it was just oof, scary though. Um, but not that I falter for any of that, but it was just like yikes. Some of those things were like crazy. Um, let's see. I'm gonna get all this stuff that's making a mess out of the model. And that one needs to stay because that makes the other roof line.
And here we go.
Now, look at this
No,
again.
that was the wrong
That roof
layer.
line is about the same angle as the other one, but it looks like a mansard roof right there.
There we go. We can add some.
Hmm. So if they did a mansard roof in that section, which would make sense, let me see if I do this. And not if you guys don't know what a mansard roof is, it's when your roof lines don't match in height.
Oh,
They
so
do a
it
lot of
leans
that.
in more direction than one, so
Yeah,
to speak. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's there. This one, this. Um, just rough estimation, it would be like this. Oops, like that. So it creates a weird angle there.
Yeah.
But according to that picture I was looking at, that's kind of what it looks like, is that they did a mansard roof. Yeah, I think they did. Only this one, how about 10? Then we'll put this one at 10. That looks really goofy. I'm not making the roof right yet either. I gotta extrude and all kinds of crap on the roof yet, but I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get the angles. But it really doesn't look that goofy. If I didn't have this line here, it wouldn't look so bad. And I bring that picture back up.
So now I think I have roughly the town done
This was
here.
way down, so
So now I just need to colorize
it was,
the thing here to
that should be the top of the peak.
choose a gray
I'm
color here.
wondering, let's
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
Um, my brain is all of a sudden freaking out, going, no, 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 that's not the way it looks. Where's that picture I was modeling from? Okay, so it looks like this piece has the solid. That piece goes that way. How would the back roof go? Okay, so we'd have a roof like that, and then the other part would have it all the way across, but that doesn't really work. Hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder if I don't have my proportions wrong going back too. Because I think I do, because if I look at that way and I look here, this was my parents' bedroom, and that's a lot shorter than what I have it. All right, so we're gonna move this, although I need to do X-ray so I get the whole thing. We're gonna move this, all of this in a little bit. G, Y.
I
Oh,
don't.
it increases the roof
I
angle.
haven't seen any of his printed stuff. At least
See, Candles
not
Brick
since
Maps.
last Gary Con.
Roof fronts.
Yeah.
Anna, where is the seedy tavern where I can get a filthy drink like a dirty martini?
Okay,
Okay.
CD taverns. Interesting. We have there's actually three ports, so to speak. So you have one that is facing near
So
Div, and one that is facing upriver, and one the smaller one for tiny little like small rowboats and
these
stuff.
three are
And
gonna
these
be
bridges can be open, but it's
GC.
convenient to have from different. So I think the
It's a
CD
10
taverns would be one CD tavern is probably
10.
the one here. And I need
Okay,
to go.
that doesn't work at
Yeah,
all.
so you have a big CD tavern is here, and that's probably the biggest one
It's gonna be
in
there.
the tavern, or maybe
Okay,
this one. I
so
haven't decided if this building or that building are the big one. There's
that
another
way.
kind of tavern in kind of like building here, so you have two or three big ones in
Hmm.
the in town, so to speak. So there's yeah,
Puzzled. I'm puzzled, puzzled, puzzled.
okay, yeah,
Because according to lines, the edge here, 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 and here are almost the same height, which means Blender, you're too big. You keep deleting my picture. Um, all right, so if that's the case, then that, and then this is the bottom edge of the roof. So this technically doesn't exist, this line here. March last. Like that would be what the picture kind of shows. But it's too steep of an angle.
yeah.
Way too steep of an angle. So if that's the angle there, that means this angle needs to be considerably lower to get that. I'll have to fix my edge.
So,
Unfortunately, I can't do straight angles. I gotta kind of figure it out on my own here.
okay, yeah.
Um,
Now that was it. Now I'm going to save again here. So because there we have one.
and it could be that the perspective screwed up my angle too a little bit. So I'm gonna drop this down
A
so
little
it's more of a
settlement that needs to be by
slight
the
angle.
bridge here. I'm going to build a
It's about
small little
right
settlement here. Not big, but a few buildings that will be
to grab this and go. Oops.
be
No, let go. This. I want
need
to grab
to
all of that.
remove the.
And we're gonna go down to try and get that same angle.
Oops.
It's not gonna work though.
Uh-oh.
I have to leave it like that though, because that's goofy. I can't see them doing that weird of a mansard angle though. I just can't.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
weird way to do a roof line.
So I'm going to have
Unless
a couple
they
of
extended it to here, maybe.
buildings here. These are
Jeez,
slightly bigger and a
that
little
mark.
bit sturdier buildings.
And oh, come on. Blender, you shrunk down the wrong way.
They have a little walkway there.
Blender. All right, there. Until they did that, it could have been this way. We're gonna go GZ, and that was at.
And that's the one going to up to Bogford. So I'm going
11.8.
to
How the heck did you get such a weird angle?
add the building
Okay,
out
so
to there,
we're gonna go 12.
like that, and then we add a little boardwalk here
12.
between
Put this
there.
one at 12. And then I'm going to get rid of these faces here. That's making a mess. Oh boy, makes it hard to see. Go back to vertex mode, and we're gonna do some of this from me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be that way, and then I want to get rid of these two faces here. Delete faces, and then I want to do this one, this one, this one, and this one. That looks a little better. Come on, give me a face. That looks much better. All right, there we go. Yeah. That actually will do the mansard roof plus give them a central support for the edge too. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah.
All right, so save. And that kind of matches up with the thing. Actually, this is still too tall.
Hang on a second. Yeah, you. Okay.
But because those two are almost the same height. Nice things. You're having one right now. Are you having a dirty martini right now? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that because I know that's not exactly like the picture. Really messed with my sight, so I'm going to leave it the way it is. I think it's pretty darn close.
Yeah. There we go.
And then I'm going to get rid of some of these extra lines like I was doing before.
That's the next little place, and then that's the next one on the road to
Can I dissolve edge?
Bogford.
Dissolve
And then we have a bridge
Dissolve
here
edge.
too. We need to fix that one.
All right, so now I need to fix this. So I need to make a slice this way in the roof, so I have some place to anchor that.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred. Going for James Bond.
Yeah.
Shaken, not stirred.
And I'm going to move that road to straight through here instead, because it's much easier for them to build a little town there. So I'm going to
clean roof.
to reinforce the the road there.
Alright,
So I'm going to
so,
do this. And
and keep it straight. I'm going to do that. Yes, that's weird looking, but
yeah,
I'm going to make my life a little bit easier and
okay,
do
yeah.
that too, because I'm going to end up having to add it anyway. So we're going to do that.
So then we
All right.
go in
So
here and
now that I have that figured out, file, save it. Now I can start extruding the roof line and stuff. Get
then
off my
I'm going to
screen so I
make
can
the
see.
road across there instead.
Yeah, even the 60s house that my mom and dad bought, you can see the lilt in the roof here. It's just a little bit of a cave. You got your saggy roof, Anna.
Yeah, exactly. You get, yeah, in real life there's a saggy roof. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. And to reflect it, I will do that. There, now I got a saggy roof. All right, so
perfect. See,
file,
it's yep. You
save.
model it properly here. So yeah.
Yep. And at that age, who knows how bad that roof was sagging on the inside?
Mm-hmm.
Because as we grew older, my brothers moved from a bedroom down here
Was
up.
that all the way up, or was that like
Um,
a small little crawl space up there at the top or
nope,
something?
it was all open. It was
Okay.
like a hip
Yep.
roof open.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does look kind of like a Viking roof. Yep. Yep. I should actually make that a little dip deeper.
Yep.
There, that's better.
Okay. Now,
Viking roofs, sometimes I wonder how real they are when you see some of these games where, especially when they're modeled as caved in. Um, I can't think of what the term is. My brain just went poof.
saddle roofs or something, or
When you see they make game assets, they make low poly game assets. There's a special term for them, and I can never
mhm.
think of the term. Um, but sometimes they really make them exaggerated, and I don't think it looks good at all.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Um, okay, and load bearing here, load bearing there.
So and then we simply add
Is this the center?
from
That's
here.
at
We just
zero.
oh, that was the
This is
tree
at
layer. So skip the tree layer and go to
that's at
building layer, and then
37.
go here and
So
add a little thingy there. So there we go.
37.
They didn't build a
I gotta put you
whole
back full so I can
thing
see what I'm
around
doing.
here. So there's just a bunch of buildings, but I can
And I'm gonna do
you
Y
have a little bridge
37.
there,
Make you exact
like a
so it's not as
boardwalk.
crooked.
Then we make a couple
All
of
right,
buildings
so
here,
got that. Save again.
a couple of buildings
File,
there.
save. And then now I have to figure out how to do the Viking stuff. Yeah, it's like an Oriental and Viking mashup. Yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an actual term for them. I call it style for that name. Um, it's just one of those things that um, you get people that get a little testy if you don't get it right. Let's see, extrude Z. We'll bring you up about there. Lock you on Z. There you go.
So and then we have a
And
road
then,
building the
you know what?
road
Nope.
here.
And then I'm going to move you up. No, wrong button. Do this, grab you. There we
There
go.
we go. So
Grab
and now we're going to
GC.
go
Move
in
you
here,
up,
take that one and bring the opacity
and
down.
then I
Take
need
the
to
road
do
color here and
extrusion.
oh, make it smaller.
Give me one view, thank you very much. G
There we go. Now it's
X,
time to paint some
and then I'll drop it.
gray
Nope,
on
nope,
here.
nope. Extrude back up. Okay, now
Have some stone
extrude.
buildings.
Tell you to extrude on C. What are you doing? Goofy
Okay.
thing.
Yep.
G C. Thank you. Now
So there we have a tiny little. It's like a village. They're basically there to. They have a little port and they're there to guard the bridge and to man it and stuff. So, hello, Mike. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Greyhawk Mike, hello.
Yep. So there we have. That's the
Extrude
next little logical place. So they have
down to
a few
there.
road, but it's not really
Oh.
necessary. There's no bridges and stuff. So we're going to
Okay,
add a place
so
up there. But now I'm more interested in
scale C. Scale Z0. There we go. My roof was crooked.
This
That's what was wrong.
part here.
And then we're going to extrude you down to
There's a ferry point here,
there.
and
No,
that's where I will build
give
some
me all
buildings. I will not put up a wall here and stuff, so I will
scale
just have some or something.
and
So, oops, that was the wrong tool. There we
GX
go.
further out. And
So I have like a
scale Z0.
ferry building here and make some
No, I don't want that one.
buildings
I want
there.
these two. There we go.
Oops,
Scale Z0.
that was the
Alright, so that's there. Let's go back to front view. Okay, so you're looking goofy too. I do want you all lined up though. I want scale X0, so you're all there. There's going to be a slight deviation because I put the crimp in the thingy.
Yeah.
The crimp in the thingy, real technical terms.
The crimp in the thingy. Yep.
Crimp in the thingy. There we go. Wow, that looks too long for the. Alright, so GZ, bring you down. And look at as it looks on the house itself. That doesn't look too bad of an overhang.
So we can.
Okay, so back up you go. And then we're gonna
some
extrude
trees there.
and make it a thick roof.
Let's plant a few trees. People like to have trees where they live, so I'm going to plant. So now it's time to put in some of these kind of stone.
How did you get shifted? That's weird.
People used to keep their livestock in place and stuff. So I'm going to
scale Y0 there.
Keep that in place.
They
also have a little bit of a defensive nature too, but not too much.
Scale Y0.
This was invaded and abandoned basically from.
Oh, I lost a piece. Grr, I lost a piece. Okay, so that's not going to work because that roof is too deep. Alright, because I crashed into the other roof. The hunter-gatherer's tribal town. Oh, let me see areas. Click and drag on Anna's map just to see the areas because this is my first time getting to see Anna work on a map.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Yep.
Hang on a second. Let me show you around. This is so we can see where we are. So this is what this area looks like, and this is actually if we zoom. I'm going to take here. We're going to look into. It's actually here. South Keep and north of South Keep, so it's along this river and going that way. So we have Sumel, Noholet, South Keep, Portfuterin, and Senti. So if I'm taking that and keep that in mind, and here you have it. So Portfuterin is going to be on this little island here, and then we have South Keep is actually here, and then that town that I just did is actually not on the map because it kind of did make sense before, but now it made sense to put it there. So it's a little town there, and then there are some small villages and stuff. So that's the area. So now I need to start. So I've done that little thing there.
GC, bring that down just a hair because that looks thick.
And there should be
And why are you not lined up?
No, not Pharaoh. Yep, this is Greyhawk. Flanies. Yep. Okay, so here we have, now I need to take a look and see what this looks like in 3D.
Okay,
so let me open up the.
This needs to be shortened up.
So I'm going to hang on,
G,
it's before I open that, it's better to save the texture
we're gonna
first.
do
But what I've done
G,
actually makes sense.
bring you back,
So I'm going to turn that off, and then I'm going to save
and
the
close
texture bit here. So I'm
that up
going to
in there.
copy
Dang it.
merged. Yep.
0. Line them up. Grr.
Okay.
Line up like you're supposed to. GC.
I'm going to new.
Um,
Oh no, no problem. This is yeah, just so you can find the geography. So no worries.
yeah, unless it's by special request, you probably wouldn't see her doing the favorite map.
If Ed Greenwood asks me to map Forgotten Realms, I will give him. If I we can do I do it together with Ed Greenwood. I can do a Forgotten Realms project, map the whole setting. That I think I don't have lifetime enough to do that. But if he wants me to, if we should work on a project together, I will be like, damn, that will be
Absolutely.
interesting. So yeah.
GC. Well, now you know Ed Greenwood fairly well,
Oh
so
yeah,
you can do all kinds of stuff.
well. I've met him several times, and both virtually and real life, and we
Hmm.
game both virtually and in real life. So he's awesome guy. So
Nice.
so
I
yeah,
would love to get to meet him. I'll have to live
he's
vicariously through you until
yeah
I get a chance to
yeah
meet him.
he's fantastic. He's just awesome.
Yeah, he seems like he's a cool guy.
Oh, he's absolutely awesome. Yeah.
Um, Priest, no one has
Oh,
Colette.
you should.
You know.
You never know that the Greyhawk, the Forgotten Realms community is
All
bigger than
right.
Greyhawk, so there should be a whole bunch of people crazy enough to do this.
Skills. See.
Okay, now it's time to see what this looks
All right.
like
I'm gonna
in
start
3D,
over on my
because that's
roof. I
just the
don't like that.
top-down map. Now we can actually
That.
open up recent
And
world file. There we
this
go.
one I need.
So now we can look at this. Yeah, you would try Varl. Yeah, definitely. That will be so cool. So now I'm going
Yeah,
to do a
go for it.
quick render here, and we get not the
Shifty.
finished 3D map by any means, but we get the a fair
Position.
good view of what this area looks
There.
like in 3D.
Now I can go in and
So
finish
now
these
I'm actually going to steal the thunder here, and I'm going
floors.
to put
You're stealing
myself.
my thunder? How dare you?
Yeah, I'm going to put myself on top for a little bit here. Yep.
Oh, man. Stealing my thunder again.
Mhm.
Dang it.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to do it this way. Make life a little easier. We're just going to scale it.
So there we have the town. That is with the two rivers. The one I just painted.
Right,
It's
so
there.
that needs to scale.
And now I'm just going to go up here and look at the.
Yeah, there we go. Much better. Much better.
That one and that one I just painted. These buildings will be 3D buildings and stuff.
Yes, Varl, but you'd have to do it homebrew because Watsy would say,
It's what I do. I do it homebrew. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And here we have the ferry place there.
GZ. And that's going to hit. I'm going to raise my edge up a little bit here.
Let's be
This
here. That that plateau there looks very tempting. It's flat and it's easily defendable, at least from almost all directions. So that's one way of doing it. But to be honest, this is even cooler. So I'm going to make it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make a village here. I think is the coolest.
There we go, roughly. File.
And this road doesn't make sense to have it going around like that, because that is steep. So I'm actually going to have it go from here and just continue up there and go that way across, and then we build the village there instead. Is better.
There, now I can see.
Yeah.
All right.
And
actually, I might have to go a little higher up with that roof yet. GC, we're gonna go up just a tad to give me room to make the other roof.
So this is the cool. The map is actually in 3D,
Actually,
so I
no.
can actually look
Note,
at
I
the
guess.
and then remake
That,
the. Going to have the village between here,
that
and then
one
we can have
says
a
right on
guard tower
top.
or something built on top
Okay.
there. So now I'm
Um,
going to put the road up that direction instead. I
group
think.
steps empty. I don't remember which one's which here. I need to go back and rename all my stuff here. Actually, that can be deleted because it's no longer relevant.
That way. Okay.
This one will be fixed later. Outside walls is
Skip that bit here.
the second floor roof. First floor walls will be fixed. It's
Yep.
this cube.
So it's good. I'm using the 3D image on my right screen, and then I'll have that for
Okay,
reference when
so
I'm
this
painting in the
is
road here. So I will
reference.
continue up
It's
that
this
way,
one.
or should I continue? I should probably go
Okay,
all the way around that way instead. Is probably better.
this is reference
Yeah.
lines. Whoa, I can really type. Let's try that again. This one is
Let me do
reference
3.
photo.
There we go.
I'm going to put that as Z underscore reference photo, so it kicks it to the bottom.
Go here and then go all the way down there.
Whoa, years and years ago, I downloaded your Fleeny's map on my laptop and then tragically had an ex-girlfriend throw my laptop around, actually just downward, because I spent more time with it rather than her, and the lap div didn't survive.
Oh, I'm so
Um,
sorry.
so I went to get a new one and trashed the other. You can guess which is which.
Uh-oh.
Um,
I'm so sorry, but
well,
it's an awesome story, but I'm so sorry. Yeah.
you're in luck. Anna's got her map ready for download.
Oh yeah, on
Mhm.
annabmeyer.com you can just go there and
Yep.
find the latest versions and download it. So, yep.
Empty is that? What is that? Uh, okay, so hide this one and this one. Rename the wrong one. This
Uh-oh.
is
Yep.
reference
Yep. So now I'm
line.
going to go here and just
And in case you guys don't know how big Anna's map actually is, if you'd print it out, last time you printed it, it was 72 legal size sheets of paper,
yeah.
right?
When I printed the
Yeah,
and we're talking about the hang on a second here, campaign map. So I
yeah.
printed this map in full scale, and I think it was 72 paper. Yeah, so yeah.
That is insane.
Yep.
It was like 12 foot by 12 foot, wasn't it? Something
Yeah,
like that?
something like that. It's 114 by 160 inches or something like that. So yeah.
Beautiful when it's printed out, but
Oh yeah,
holy cow.
it's really it was we had to have like a table and some floor and whatnot. A huge conference table wasn't big enough, so we had to kind of hold the last ones out, and we actually put it on the floor in at GaryCon. The whole thing went so that was
That's
kind of cool.
actually the size of my floor and that is like crazy huge.
Yeah.
Ref photo.
So that's the size of. So you
Okay,
can
so
zoom
that's
in
the
here
photo.
and here you get
That's the lines.
the
Yes, those are
detail.
my
Now I need to
lines.
put it back to shield lens here where we are. There we go.
Window group.
And then
I'm
I'm going
probably
to
going to
put
be
that
deleting
on top.
that. Delete. Get rid of that.
So
So
here
I'm
is
going to
time
redo
to
my
make the
windows.
next little cool place there. So I'm just
Steps will
gonna
be
round
redone.
that, and it's time to build a little
So
wall
I
thingy here.
delete that. Delete. And this one is
So now it's time. Now I'm going to look
what?
here, and I'm going to do this, and instead of I'm going to have so have a
Okay.
little bit bigger. So I'm going to make
I'm gonna go
a wall
Z.
here.
Oops. Z underscore reference lines original. Does Greyhawk have definitive country borders on the map?
And not some of them are definitive, and some of them are very vague,
Okay,
so
there
to
we go.
speak. So
File,
if you look
save.
into, hang on a second, I can show you.
Hide this one,
There's the
this
legend here
this one,
somewhere. Let me find the legend.
and then okay, Ark,
Legend.
get over here.
So we have the
Select
legend.
you. Now stay focused.
Here we go.
All right, so now
So
I
so
need
the
to.
the borders I'm using here are you can see there is like a system of borders. So you have well-defined borders and poorly defined borders. And there are national borders, provincial borders, and local borders. I've actually added imperial borders on the latest version that are purple on top of this too. And then first you have peaceful borders, and the peaceful, you have well-defined peaceful national border looks like that. A poorly defined peaceful national border looks
Why
like
are
that,
you
etc. And then they
creating
go down.
weird
And then you have
labels?
hostile borders,
S-
well-defined and poorly defined, provincial and local. And then you have a frontier border that basically the between a country and wilderness. There is nothing on the other side, so to speak. So that's a system of
What
borders.
did it
And
just
then you have
do?
roads and trails. Trails, I
Oh,
never really, I didn't add them to the map. Because they're too small, but I put them in there and then I forgot
scale line
to
0.
remove
There
them.
we go.
Sea lanes, you have major sea lanes and
No,
minor
it
sea
doesn't
lanes.
have
Minor
that.
are the
Okay.
where you have little rowboats and stuff, things that can take your party and your backpacks, but not
And
your
this
mounts and stuff like that. Major sea lanes is where you can get a ship that is big enough to carry your horses and maybe even a wagon and stuff between. So add an imperial level on top of the national is the one I'm doing. I experimented with that on my campaign map, and now I'm bringing that over to the published version of the map as well. Awesome questions. Yep.
things that you come up with, I'm just like shaking my head going, oh my.
It's things I
I
needed
have,
for my own games originally, so to speak. So that's
right,
the,
right.
yeah.
And it's just one of those things you just don't think of all the things you see. So we're gonna just make it just tiny bit
And now I'm
bigger.
going to remove from there and then
Is it about the same?
go here and then go across
Just about. Okay.
there
There. Now I got my second roof.
and then build from here.
All right. So that's the roof line. Headphones in my ears don't get along.
Yep.
All right. So now I know there's
Borders are for flat earthers, yeah, but flat earthers
I
are
am
more common than flat earthers, I think.
borders.
So yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, I got that,
Oh,
got
hang on a
that.
second here. That's the wrong. We don't need to do this.
I need to figure this out. Okay, so this was separate. Actually, what I need to do now is hide both of those and clean up this mess of an internal here. This here, get rid of this line right there. That can stay there, that can
So
stay,
I'll build
that
a
can
little
stay.
on top of this here.
I'm actually gonna do this. Am I? No, I'm not going to. Get out. There we go. Get rid of all of this top layers here, though. So that's just gonna cause issues. Whoops, wrong one.
So there we go. So here we have a little village or tiny town. I think it will be a village. It's not that big, so it's like the half the size of the town over there, yeah, or something like that. So there's less, but it was a very defensible area, so that's why I'm adding battlements will be made out of wood rather than stone. Most of them are,
Mm,
but I can have some parts in
this.
stone or some in wood. So there we have.
What did I do? Oh, I gotta drop that down.
There we go.
Okay.
And now it's
So
time
we're
to
gonna
have
delete
some not reeds but
faces,
road here. There we go.
and then delete face, and then this
So I'm
one
going to have a
needs to be left alone. Okay. Yes. Okay, so I've got dupes here.
then we make one down here.
Each state would be a nation, so to speak. Wait, I asked because I was considering making the individual realms nations as their own maps to help me focus on each one. Think of the outline of the USA or England. And
Yeah.
each state would be each nation, so to speak.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And then you have some of the nations are divided up into provinces, and then they are like counties and earldoms and stuff, and then you have under them you have baronies and local little areas too, but you have various lords and stuff. So it's kind of it's like state and
Okay,
counties and stuff too. So yep.
so
But that's a good idea. I'm working on it. That's what I'm doing for QGIS, to easily be able to take pieces of it, and instead of having just one big map. Yep. So I'm definitely going to, that's going to improve it.
thing.
Yep.
Do an actual, I think you've done one of the political regions.
Yeah. I did
Long
a
time ago you
political
did.
map for Midgard. I'm not sure
Hmm.
if it's being published ever, but I made it and handed
I
it
have
over.
honestly never seen it in any of the stuff I've done with them.
Yep. So
So,
we'll see. Yep. I
yeah,
think it's on the online map. I think it's a layer on the online map, to
I
be honest.
think so too.
Yeah.
If I remember right, I think
Yep.
it is.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think it's a layer in the online map, so you can go in and select it for.
Okay, so
So here we have one of the
that is
main buildings
there.
there. We have another little building here.
All right, so
Some
that's
crowded.
good.
This is a village
File,
where it's kind of
save.
hard to find places to build, so you have to kind of use the whatever
Now,
little rumpy
what
place
can
there
I
is
do
between the
with that mess? In the world? What is that?
so there
What
we
is
go,
that
and then we
noise?
add some more
I don't
buildings
know.
here. Oops, that one
What
is.
we got? We've got dupes here somewhere. That
Yep.
goes back here. Okay, there we go. So now I gotta fit this into this and make it look right. Yeah, right. Um, faces.
And most people that live here, they herd goats and sheep and the occasional cow and stuff like that, and survive on selling the meat and leather and stuff from that.
Now,
There might be a little bit of fishing doing
a
here for substitution, not for
scale
selling, but to
mouse.
substitute and stuff. So these
Change.
aren't, these are cattle ranchers or cattle herders rather than because
Okay.
the the ground around here is not really. They probably have few little patches in the backyard for things for
Slide.
subsistence a little bit, but they are mainly meat producers and the products that comes with that, and then they sell that, and they can buy more grain and stuff to
Okay, that's
but they can
roughly
have some
now
fields
scale
around
Y.
here and there, but
Um,
so. And they also have a little bit of foot traffic and other traffic that comes
okay,
east and
so
west along the road as well.
Y.
And
This
it's
needs
only a
to be
couple of
lined up
miles to, what
there.
is it, like 3 miles to town, so they can, yeah, it's about 2.5 miles, so something like that, 2 3.
This one
So
is
it's not that
on.
far, and there will be some people live because there are some fields around
Here.
here too, so there are some
Uh,
farmers and stuff, but some of them can live, so they can have some fields
here.
down here, for instance,
These
and
here.
stuff. So
These here. This one and this one. Not that one. Will all be at 6. Okay, file, save again so I don't lose that. And then I'm going to go here,
and now it's time to make
this,
roads again here.
do this, and this, this, and this. And I want to set that on Y6 because that's a supporting wall. All right, so that's my anchor point.
And now it's time to, oops,
Now,
I need to look at that side of things here
this
too.
one needs to be scale Y0, and that needs to be at, nope, 7 feet. All right. I need to break this top second floor off here. It's
So Yeah.
Getting kinda in the way just a little bit.
Hmm.
Let's do from here to here, just so I have a break point. And then I can do this stuff here. Make sure I get everything. That one and that one. Yeah, we're just gonna hide them
Yep.
for the time being. No, grr. Fine, we will go this way. Alt H, and we're gonna slice them apart. So that's a separate. This is second floor outside walls. And then, why is there outside walls? That's a, it's not the outside walls, that's a floor roof. Save. Alright, so hide you. I said hide you, thank you. And
Yeah, cashmere sheep goats. Yep.
hide this one. Demon sheep goats.
Oh, you mean the
Those
zombie?
demon goats. Those
You
that
mean
weird
the
fight.
zombie ones? Yep.
The zombie goats. That's what it is.
Yeah, I
Zombie
use
goats.
the zombie goats. Yeah, some of these might
Yeah,
have
they
been
were
turned.
nasty little buggers.
Oh yeah, but they were fun though. You have to admit they were
Yeah,
kind of fun when you're there.
like the fainting goats.
Yeah. Hmm. And
Yep.
then they come back again after a while, so they don't run away when they just roll over. Yeah.
That's just comical. I love it.
Yeah, and
I
then when
can't.
you
I forgot that they were in the game. It was like, oh my.
yeah, and then
Let's see.
when you
Skill.
kill them, they go splash and they become all yuck comes out in every direction. Yeah. That is slippery and yucky. Yeah, still some of the best monster I've ever come up with.
That
I
was
think.
some of the best role play we've had to do too, because we
Yeah,
were like, "What the hell is that?"
yeah.
And then it became kind of a joke with us.
And
It was fun.
there is
Why 6 cents right?
or what the
And
ram too. That is he can charge and do extra damage and stuff too. So
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep. And I'm missing a wall here, or a portion of a wall.
Okay, now it's time to
This one.
save farmland around here too. So we have some flat areas here. We need to make sure I have some
And
farmland.
this was, yeah, that was a solid wall all
go.
the way to the outside. So this needs
Bring
to go
down that and look at that.
extrude. Why, blammo! I gotta move it because it's way off. It's in the middle of a doorway.
There we go.
Oh,
perfect. Here we can
let's
actually bring
see.
in some little
This and we're
little bit of fields and stuff, but
oh, I'm losing part of it.
there we
Uh-oh.
go. And I'm going to put in
See,
make that a little
achieve
lake because that's a little dam they have there. So I'm going to
this
put that in there.
and that. Nope, I don't want you. I do want you. All right, so I get the wall.
There we go. And now it's time to
And
add some farmland here.
that one makes the little wall, and these two makes the little wall, and that one, that one, and that one, and that one. Get rid of
So and
these.
here we can
because I
add.
don't want to move. Wait a minute, I do want to move those because they're going to be in the way. Grr. All right, move you over because you're a doorway that I know was in the corner. All right, so that should be all I need to do.
Then down here on the flats
Now,
near the river here, that's where
X,
they
kick
can
it
grow
over
things. This is where they will do it.
to, we're gonna set it at -16.
So there we go. So now it's time to add some trees here too.
All right, and minus 16. Okay, so that'll work. Now this needs to. Why do I have that there? I don't know. GX. Do that, and then get your butt over there. And then we're gonna do that.
So,
That
and
and see if it'll be merged by distance.
yeah, add a
Nope, it
little
didn't
bit of
like it.
trees here and there.
So we're gonna go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should say 8. Okay, close enough. There. Well, that didn't work. All right. See,
Oh,
that's why I don't merge vertices very often unless I do it manually, because
uh-huh.
sometimes it says, oh no, I'm going to merge it by distance, but I'm going to merge it way too big a step. By default, um, Blender merges at like 0.1 meters or something like that as a default measurement, and it's just like,
Oh,
really?
can you set that manually so you can change
Yeah, you
the
can, but
yeah.
um,
So,
okay, so that needs to be 36 inches. 'Cause, well, it was an old door, so it's probably 30 inches.
yeah,
Because it was before all the accessible stuff.
we should have a
Um,
little crossing
okay, so
over
this
to,
one
because
is
there's
at
actually way more agricultural areas over on this side
minus
too.
11.
Is probably the most
36
logical
inches is going
place
to be a
to
foot and a
build. So I'm
half.
going to build a small little
36,
wooden
30
bridge.
inches. It's going to be 24, 30. So a foot and a half further than, what is this?
I'm
Foot
going
and a
to
half is going
build
to be
it
12
here.
and a half for this one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. That was actually by the measure.
There we
So that
go.
was that big a door. Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm going to.
Holy verbose. Let's see. On the world that I imagine create its towns, villages, no cities at this point are built or reestablished on top of old ancient cities or are just part of a megatropolis. Old civilizations, all kinds of rare species like the first were inhabited to dragonborn and then taken over by like dwarven, then lost to the giants, then to the Githyanki, then Elven, then WoW, with each being around an age of a time. So architecture and styles are
Oh,
all intertwined and twisted together.
okay.
Holy Martha,
Wow, that's
that was a
awesome.
lot to say.
You build the story over time. I love that. That's a great idea. I'm doing
Hmm.
that for my Greyhawk campaign too. I'm working out the ancient history and stuff. So that's awesome. Yeah. And
And
now I
that's
yeah.
what Midgard suggests you do too if you work with Midgard. They want you to do all that kind of stuff yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Change Midgard. That when your campaign happens, it changes Midgard.
Yeah.
So
And now I'm looking at the other side here, so I can
get
show you
by
guys what
0.
I'm doing, looking at here. So now I'm here. It goes
Gonna
over here. So I built the walls
this.
up on top here, and the buildings are in there. And then I created
Okay,
the
so
little bridge over because this is a flat area where they can do agriculture and stuff, both along here and up there.
junk.
So I'm going to
Nope,
add
let
some
go of
roads both up and then
all needs to be
go
here.
along
GY.
the river on this side too here.
And all right, so this one was at 6 on the y-axis. This one technically needs to be at 6. So that's 6.9, so it's too far. I'm gonna go this way and set that at A. There we go. And then this should
So we
be
add like this. And now it's
crooked.
time to add some,
And
make sure we add more
Y, I want 6.75.
forest lands here.
Whoa, no. Uh, Hello, you're back. How y'all doing? I'm doing awesome, Mike. How you doing?
Oh, good. Yep, good to see you again.
6.
I'm going to add some more fields
Wait
and
a minute,
stuff
that's too
here.
far. I want.
This is not good
Wait a
lands,
minute.
but at least it's
Does that match
something
up?
so they can produce enough to feed their bellies a little bit and get
That
in.
does not match up. Why are you not matching up?
There we go.
Y of 6.
Now I
Okay,
need
so
to
that means this
look
one
at
has
this
to
area
have
here.
measurement of 6. It is matching up. Okay. I'll get there someday, guys.
Yep.
G, Y. I want
Good to hear,
6.75.
Angamarand. Yep. Okay. We have
Anna, that area reminds me of my Italian villa and 100,000 acre vineyard. Wow.
Okay, cool.
100,000 acres? That's monstrous. Yikes. They'd need magic to tend to that baby.
Yep.
That is not lined up.
Added.
What?
There we added some little bit of
How is that lined up? 3.
here we go.
That. That is
So
nowhere near lined up yet, darn thing. G, Y.
so
That
and
has to be right
yep.
there.
So now it's time to
Okay,
look
there
at the
now.
roads and
That's
then
better.
go back 4,
Hide
3,
you
2. We can add.
Unseen servant as your 5e at will spell like ability. There you go.
Oh,
Unseen servants. Yep.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Let them deal with all the stuff.
Yeah.
So now I need to. Why does that look so ungodly thick? Gear. That one is at 6.299. Really? Grr. I saw something. Babuso says, "Hey, yeah, my."
Yep.
Let's see, 6.
There we go.
And
Up
this
here.
one should be at 6.75. There we go. Now, I'm having all kinds of trouble tonight, guys. It does not want to line up like it's supposed to.
Yep.
Second floor should be lined up. It's lined up on the inside edge. Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. It's just a little, like little porch area anyway.
Yeah.
So
Now it's time to add a little bit of. We have a 2 there.
it would
Good.
be roughly lined up.
Road. So I'm
I don't
making
get
a.
why it's not lining up though. That's weird. G, Y. We're gonna slide
Oh,
it
we
just.
skipped that one there.
And how big is this? This is god awful measurement. 15.681.
It probably is a good idea to have a small little one out there.
0.983.6. I'm gonna look at that here. 0.983 minus 0.681 is 0.3 inches. 3.6 inches? What? No. Whatever.
So
My walls are all different thicknesses.
that was that.
Let's see. Standard
one.
wall's a 2x4, so
Yeah.
you have 2 3/4 plus inch or 3/4 inch plywood.
Yeah. This is the next one over from Oldet, by the way. This one, this village here.
Nice.
Yeah. So Oldet is here, so it's another 3 miles or so. It's larger in roughly about the same. So it's kind of yeah. So now I can add a few. Here we should add a few little houses or something, but we'll see here.
No, come on.
Mudroom, yep.
3.3.
Okay.
Grr. Mathing is hard tonight. Holy God.
Yeah.
6.75 gives me 5.2.
And then we have this place up here should have,
Okay.
because this
So
is good agricultural land, so we need to build something here. But here I'm thinking about,
do I
yeah,
make it?
she's
Yes,
working
I'm
on a,
still working on my old house. I'm
yeah,
adding the inside walls now.
mm-hmm, yeah,
And I'm just trying to get them in the right places so the supporting walls are where they need to be.
yeah. I'm going to
And then I
make,
gotta
yeah, sorry,
gotta try and plan out some more stuff and see if I
mm-hmm,
can get the actual
yeah.
walls
Here I'm
where I
going to
need.
make a couple of
Our assignment, Babuso, is what is the finished size of a standard 2x4 wall with sheetrock on both sides? That's your math question. I know you're gonna Google foo it, but hey, that works. If I did my math correctly, it should be, whoa, that's not what I want to do. Get out thereabouts.
now I make them stone bridges, not wooden bridges. So we're
Scale
going to remake them here. We do this, and we make
5 inches. Okay, I was real close. Scale Y 0. I haven't done building in a long time, so I don't know what all those measurements are anymore. I used to know it when I was taking classes in architecture. That's like
hang on a second.
30 years ago. Um,
I can actually just add
ba, ba, ba,
sides to it there. That's easier.
ba, ba. Scale Y 0. Make sure you're straight, first of all.
So we
And
can
then
actually,
you're at 6. I want you at 6.75. That's better. There we go.
uh-huh,
Oh, so 6
there we
plus,
go.
wait a minute.
And we have gray.
30 plus plus plus.
Yeah, older. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it was,
Uh-oh.
what the hell year was it? 1992 I graduated college. That was a long freaking time ago. Let's see. So I want you at 6. Now stay there. And I
There we go.
want you at 6. You need to get over here. It says it's at 6, but it's not. Because otherwise those two would be lining up.
Yep.
Grrr.
Okay, now comes the
Oh, oh, I think I know what I'm doing. Okay. That and hide you again. Back in the 1900s. Yep. Long time 1900s.
mm-hmm.
My friend driver, well, I look at little Mike too, and he's like, I was born in 2000, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I really feel old.
You're much
Mm-hmm.
younger than I am, or at least some
No, I'm
years.
only like 5 years younger than you, or
Yeah,
3 or 4 years.
yeah, something like this. It's not. It's a little bit. Yep,
Yep.
not much.
Nope, not much at all. But when I get in polite company like that, it's just like, oh my God, no, I really feel old. Three shy of half, so 12. That gives me 7 inches. 5 divided by 12 gives me 0.41666666. Okay. So it would be 6.422222. All right. Heck with it. I'm going to leave it where it's at.
And road. That's the road, and
Oh, man. GX intersect you with the wall. And then, and then, I tell you like it was. Delete. Get you there. And you need to be expanded. And you're going to go Y. Wait. All right. So, my walls are all different sizes. Grrr.
okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
that was a foot. That would be 5 inches. Yeah, so this one, if I check it, should be on the wrong thing. There we go. Y is going to be 1 foot walls. Okay, so yeah, that works out. What is this measurement? This measurement is, highlight the right thing, is so outer framing with some, and just for ease of use, I've been using 1 foot walls. I know it's like super huge, but yeah, I'm just one of those people that like simplicity. I'm actually getting really technical on the insides here, so
Yeah.
um, I'm probably going to end up bringing these outside walls back down a little bit, so when I do the innards, it doesn't throw everything off. Yep, I think I will be. Because when you detailed inside, because you can actually go in and do things like go to your sleep triggers and things like that. So, and eventually I'd love to make this into like a what they call a 4x map, which is standard size, or 2x map is a standard size, but which is really weird why they call it a 2x when it's actually just a 2 kilometer map.
It's a 2K map. Yep.
Yep, simplicity is always best. Yep, it is. What's that adage? Keep it simple, stupid? Mm-hmm.
Kiss principle. Yep.
Yep, the kids principle, exactly it.
Okay, we're done to. Yeah, we can do. I can go a little bit longer. How about you? Yep.
I'm good to go however you want to do.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit longer. So I've done 2 little villages here. So I'm going to add
Yeah, this is still going to take a lot of work because I got
another one
that
on
weird
this
metric
side
system.
here.
Yes, the weird metric system.
It's the imperial that is weird. Metric is easy.
Nah,
It's just 10.
I know. I would prefer to work in it, but since I was going by feet, it was like,
Yeah.
if I switch mid-project, then it's really going to mess with me.
Well,
So,
then you saw the ones that shot up. Was it Ariane rocket? There was one rocket that was sending up with satellites that they had to blow up because one subcontractor used imperial instead of metric, and did some calculations, and the whole thing went haywire. So yeah,
yep. I did hear about that. I was like, wow.
yeah. Oh,
Outside wall to
there we go.
be
I'm going to
36.75.
add it here instead.
Yeah,
Just
I don't know if I change to imperial or from imperial to metric now after I've got the basic layout done, if it's going to mess with anything or not. So I'm going to leave it alone.
yeah.
But being I'm from the States, I automatically do feet,
Well, if
you
they
know.
just had decimals instead of whatever they have with inches, it's like half point 20 to 5 and stuff like that.
3/8 and one
Yeah, exactly.
seven
All
eighths,
that
and
throws me completely off.
that
Yeah,
does get tricky when you're.
it's terrible. It should.
I agree that the metric system is much easier to use,
Yep.
but growing up in the
Oh
States,
yeah,
I,
but
you know,
it's like Fahrenheit and Celsius. Now when lived for over 10 years in Fahrenheit, now I'm so used to it's 62 degrees. Now I know it's this warm outside and stuff. So
hmm
so that is something that was a lot easier to adopt to
hmm
than the measurements are the difficult part. The
Oh, I get it,
feet in
100%.
miles it's okay, but inches are the tricky bit. Yeah.
hmm I've used fractions for a long time too, but when I start doing this kind of stuff, it's like stop and think, wait, Unreal is done in metric, so it's like go with metric. And
Yeah.
I should have done that, but nah.
But now I want to. World Machine and others they work in metric, but since Greyhawk is in miles and stuff, so I try to figure out how to actually.
Yeah, that's the tricky part when you're doing converting from feet to meters and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, ugh, what a mess.
Yeah.
Let's see, that is X measurement, so that's
We have road
35,
and
75. Oh, actually, no, it wouldn't be. It would be, oh, brains, ow, thinking, ow. Um, yeah, so it's 3/4 of a foot. Good enough. 34. Oh, so wait, that's a negative 36, so that would be a negative 35.25.
Yeah, now even
No,
in
wrong
Windows or
way.
on your yeah, I have a converter on my phone too for things. So yeah,
Yeah,
feet I'm
but
used to
when
because in when you fly you use feet for
35,
stuff. You use but the weird thing is when you're flying, you in the world of aviation you use feet and nautical miles, not imperial miles. You use nautical miles and knots for speed. So it's kind of yeah. This is it's to just make it weird, really weird. Yeah.
yeah, it's just messes with you, you know. I wish
Hmm.
they'd come to one system, you know, all the way through to make it easy, but
Yeah.
they won't. Minus
But metric was supposed to be the one
34.25.
system, and almost everybody uses it except the U.S. and
United
what is
States, of
it,
course.
Burma or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to be different. You can't be
No,
easy to
exactly.
use.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hmm. Yep. Has to be someone has to make it difficult. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, so this one's at 0, so this one should be.
In this over here too. So yep.
Okay, so
Make one here somewhere.
minus 0.75. We're just gonna go a 9-inch wall. Easier than messing with all this other
Yeah.
stuff.
Job security. There you go. It's a good argument. Yep.
Oh my. I used to have an uncle that did for the county. He drove around and smoked his pipe 90% of the day.
Yeah.
Because he'd all he'd do was drive around and see who had shot a road with a road sign with a shotgun and fix it,
Oh,
replace the
so
sign.
okay, so that
That's all
yeah,
he would do
that
all day
seems to
long.
be almost around the world. It seems to be out in the boondocks that they shoot at signs.
Hmm.
That
Yep,
seems
I
to
think so too.
be yeah, seems to be a thing.
Um,
Yeah.
it's just silly how, that's my entertainment for the day is let's go shoot a sign.
Yeah, well, they put irresistible targets. It seems like.
Let's see. Outside walls I want to show because I gotta line
There we go.
this wall up with that. Oh boy. Um, let's see. You
Oops.
are at
Now it's time to save again here.
24.991. Really? Why do you have to do this, Blender? I set you at 24. Actually, it's going to be 25. And it changes it down to a 0.991. It's like, grrr,
Yeah.
stop it. Load bearing walls. So that's going to be right here.
So I think
Wait,
that
what
will
is
do
this
it
one?
for me for tonight. I think. Yeah.
That's at
Yeah, we've
25. So
gone
this
almost
one
2.5
has to
hours. So
be.
yeah.
I could keep working forever. I've had enough coffee now, so my body is like, okay, let's go.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
But I know you need to use restroom and
Oh
get up
yeah,
and move
after
and do
yeah, I
all
need
that
to stretch
stuff.
my legs a bit, a bit of
Is
leg stretching, a rest for a few minutes, and
Y,
then
and
be back at
that's
it. But
25.
now I'm starting to feel that this area got a good added overhaul. So I've added a few. I'm just thinking there
25.
needs to be a
This
couple of
one
locations
is.
this way,
Why are you doing that,
and then we
Blender?
have a location over here. Then this map is done. So it's not
And
that
this
much. It's
one's going to be
another
25.
2 hours. Yeah,
Stay there.
yeah.
No.
There's a town
What
up
the?
here.
What the heck?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh, Blender, Blender, Blender. Okay, so I'm going to manually site it and get it done. So this is going to be a load-bearing wall, so where the hell is my upper level? Right there. Grr. GY. We're just going to go this and get it to the third time I've changed it to 26.
Yeah.
Now, that is not 26 because going from 0 to there is not 26.22222. Yeah, darn thing. Oh, on the wonder. Nakara, you're an idiot. Try again.
Yeah.
How about we go 25?
Okay.
There, now it'll line up.
Perfect. Yep.
But the reason I didn't do that is because this wall is messed up then.
Yep. So let's see here on shout out Sunday. It's Gavin with Malden on Lord Gusumba channel. So that will be fun to see what Dennis Tetro Malden have done with this campaign. His website and campaign is 25 years old, and it's, to be honest,
25.
it's been there for 25 years, and it looked the same way for 25 years. So it's still a site that looks like back in the 90s. And now I rolled over my cable here, so hang on a second here. There we go. So it's so that will be a lot of fun to talk to him on Sunday. That he streams from. There is a convention in Philly that he is attending, and I'm not sure exactly what time it was be, but I think it's, yeah, it's sometime during the day. So please go to twitch.com/Lord Gazumba and check that out. So yeah, and let's see what I have. That's what I have. I have some other stuff. So no, Varl, I missed that one. I was out and about, so I'm going to catch up on that probably tomorrow morning. And then, so I might watch them in the opposite. This was the streaming, I think.
This one be at
I hope he can. He wasn't sure about the tech, if actually streaming worked. So I hope it worked for him. So that because that bodes well for tomorrow, if it worked for today. Yeah. So awesome. Okay, so let's wish everybody, yeah, have a great. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Varl. That's all, and catch up on it tomorrow. So yeah, have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and see you
Yep.
on Lord Gazumba channel Sunday, and then we will be back next week.
And I get to play in my first ever Warhammer 40K RPG game tomorrow.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. That's good
that
to
should be
hear.
fun.
Yep,
So
that's great.
good night, everybody.
Yep. Okay, have a good weekend and see you soon.
Bye.